All right. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you is, what are parallel lines? They're very good. They're lines that never intersect. They run beside each other, but they never ever touch. Right. All right. So let's go ahead and start with my red. And let's graph those 2 points. So negative 3 and 2. And 0 and 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's go ahead and connect those 2 points and create that line. All right, so look at that line and tell me it appears to be parallel to which one? To B. Very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and find out the equations of both of them. To make sure that they are parallel, okay? So let's go ahead and figure out the equation for B. So the 2 points for B will be 3n, 0, and negative 6 and negative 6. And I want the equation of that line. So go for it. Where do you have to go in the calculator? Stat. Thank you very much. So go for that. Make the line regression. To what? So take away 2/3 x minus 2. All right. So now let's look at the line. It has a positive slope, right? Okay, so on B, is Jimmy going to heaven or is he going somewhere else? Which means his slope would be positive. And is the y-intercept negative 2? Because that's what that is. Yes, it is. So we did it correctly, right? All right, let's go for the red one. For the red, my points are negative 3 and 2, and then 0 and 4. So 2/3 x plus 4. Let's just make sure that this makes sense. The slope is positive. Does that line have a positive slope? And is the y-intercept 4? Yes. Okay, now take a look at the lines and tell me what you notice about those two lines. Well, yeah, just by looking at this, I think they're parallel. Now let's take a look at the linear equations and tell me what you notice about them. Rolando. Rolando? Yes, there is a shift. Very good. That's a good one. What's the shift? Okay, so it went from negative 2 to plus 4, so that means the shift was how much? 6. It went up 6 units. Very good. All right, so what do you notice about the lines? The slopes are the same. Very good. The slopes are the same, which makes me think that maybe parallel lines have the same slope. So So let's go ahead and do a few more, right? Let's do the brown now and see if we can generalize. All right, so let's take a look at the brown. The brown is -5 and -1 and 5 and -5. So, and positive, no, 5 and -5, I said it right. -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and -1. And then 5, but -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's go ahead and connect those dots, those points. All right. So that line seems to be parallel with which one? With A. Very good. It seems to be parallel with A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and calculate the equation of the line for A, calculate the equation of the line for the brown one, and see if my theory that slopes have to be the same in parallel line checks out on this one as well. All right, so let's go to A. My points for A were 0 and 1, and -5 and 3. And then let's go to stat and come up with that equation. And then my points for B were -5, for brown, I'm sorry, were -5 and -1, and 5 and -5. So everybody should be on stat, coming up with the equation of the line for line A. All right, I don't want that as a decimal, right? Negative what? Negative what? Plus 1. All right, let's go with the brown. Go ahead and do the stat and come up with the equation of the line for the brown line. Y equals what? All right, so are the slopes the same? All right, so it seems that in parallel lines, slopes will be the same. All right, let's do the green one now. So for my green, it's 1, 1, and 2, -2. And that should be parallel with the last line we got, which is C. Let's make sure. 1, 1, and 2, -2, and then let's connect those. All right, it seems like it's parallel with C. Okay? All right, do your thing in stat. minus 2? All right, so that was for C. All right, let's do green now. If our hypothesis is correct, there should be negative 3 as well. Plus 4. Yay? All right, let's go to the back. So we can definitely say that slopes are what? The same on parallel lines. Very good. Let's go to the back. And let's do this. All right, what was the equation for the red line? Y equals 2/3 for the red. Can we read before we say 2/3 x? What's the equation of the? Plus 4, not minus 2. Plus 4. Thank you. What about the brown line? I can't hear. Negative 2/5. Come on, guys. You have it. The minus 3. Come on, let's. Unless you didn't copy a thing. What about the green one? 3x. 3x plus 4. Very good. All right. So which color line is parallel to A? Brown. What were the equations of those two? Y equals negative 2/5 x plus 1. That was the A. And then the brown one was negative 2/5 x minus 3. All right. Which color line is parallel to line B? The red. Very good. And the equations for those were 2/3 x minus 2 and 2/3 x plus 4. What kind of shift happened over there? It went from negative 3 to plus 4. So what kind of shift? Up how many? It is not just up. It's up. It's shifted up 7 units. Thank you. 7 units. Good job. Shifted up 7 units. All right. And then what line is parallel to C? The green. And the equations were negative 3x minus 2 and negative 3x plus 4. Tell me the shift. It shifted up 6. Good job. Very good. Yay? All right. All right. So the back. What do you notice about the slopes in each pair of equations? They're the same. Slopes are equal. Very good. What do you notice about the y-intercepts? They're different. Most certainly. They're different. What general statement can you make about the equations of parallel lines in relation to y equals mx plus b? So what generalization can we make? In parallel lines?
The slope is always the same.
Very good. Slopes are always the same. So they're equal to each other. All right. Answer the following equations. Answer the following questions, using the knowledge you gained from your investigation. 3x plus 7 and 3x minus 8. Are they parallel? Yes, they sure are. How do you know? Same slope. Very good. What about 2/3 x and 3/2 x? No, they're not. Most definitely not. Not the same slope. All right. So, Samantha, give me a line that is parallel to y equals 2x minus 3. So I need one line that is parallel to 2x minus 3. Lillian, help her out. A line an equation of the line that's parallel to 2x minus 3. There you go. Thank you very much. 2x plus 4. You just got to make sure that the slopes are what? The same. Very good. Maria, give me another one. A line that's parallel to 2x minus 3. Samantha, go for it. 2x plus 5. Thank you very much. Christian, give me the last one. Virginia, help him out. There you go. It could be plus 12, it could be minus 12, it could be minus 1/2. It doesn't matter. The slopes just have to be the same. That's it. All right, Dora, give me a line that is not parallel to 5x minus 2. Say that again. Very good. 4x minus 2. You just got to make sure that it's not 5x. Very good. Gabriel, give me another one. There you go. Good job. 6x plus 7. And Cornelius, give me the last one. There you go. Slopes are never the same. Good job. Okay. Now, let's do perpendicular lines. Do we know what perpendicular lines are? That's the first thing. What are they?
They intersect.
They intersect with each other, but they intersect at a very special angle. What do they make?
Cross.
They make a T or an X, but they make what kind of angles? Right angles. Who said it? 50 points for your family. Very good. They make 90-degree angles. Very good. Perpendicular means that they're 90-degree angles. Okay, so now you need blue, purple, and orange. If you need some, go to the back. Go, go, go. If you need some, go to the back. All right, go ahead and hurry up. I'm starting. Don't use the big one. Don't use the big one. Use the other two little ones, please. Thank you. right, volume. Thank you. Back of the room, we need to hurry up. I'm starting. Let's go. Go, go, go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start. For the blue, 0 and 2. All right, at this point, let's go ahead and start using the hand sharpeners in your boxes, please. And 2 and negative 1. So 2, negative 1, 0 and, oops, you can't see it, I'm sorry. 0 and 2, 2 and negative 1, and let's go ahead and connect. Now, these ones are a little harder to see because they're perpendicular and not parallel. Parallel are so much easier to see. All right. So it hits all three lines, right? Do you think, let's start with C, the one that I see at the top. Do you think that's a 90-degree angle? No. This is where it hits A. Do you think that's a 90-degree angle? What about where it hits B? Do you think that's a 90-degree angle? Yes. It kind of looks like that's a 90-degree angle. It needs to be a perfect T or X, correct? So I think that it would be perpendicular with B. But again, we're going to have to make sure, and just like in parallel lines, something happens to the slope. In perpendicular lines, something also happens to the slope. So let's go ahead and do our linear regression. B and blue. All right, so for B, the points are 3, 0, and negative 6 and negative 6. And for blue, the points are 0, 2, and 2 and negative 1. And then you go to stat and you do a linear regression. Two-thirds x minus 2. All right, let's see B. Is that has a positive slope? B has a positive slope? B doesn't have a positive slope? Yes. B has a positive slope. Jimmy's going up. He's going to heaven. And then, does the y-intercept of B is negative 2? Yes, it is. Very good. So I check B. Now I'm going to go to the blue one. Stop talking, please. All right, so do the line regression for blue. All right, I don't want it as a decimal. I never want it as a decimal. Dora. 3 halves? Thank you. Negative 3 halves. It's completely different. Plus 2. All right, so take a look at the slopes and tell me what you notice. What do you mean by they're different? What does it mean it's flip? Say that again, Rolando. I noticed that they're reciprocals. That means that the denominator became the numerator and that the numerator became the denominator. I also noticed one more thing. One is negative, the other one is positive. So it seems to me like perpendicular lines are opposites, which means one is positive, the other one is negative, and they're also reciprocal. Okay? So let's go ahead and do the next one, which would be purple, and see if we have the same findings. Okay? So let's go to purple. My points for purple are -3 and 6. And -6 and 5. And then connect those points. Now, the purple one only hits A and C. It doesn't touch B, right? We already have B out of the question. We already did B out of the equation. All right, so when I do the purple one, does that look like it's a 90-degree angle when it hits A? That's a 90-degree angle? No, to be a 90-degree angle, it needs to be like an L or like an upside down T. All right, so does that look like a 90-degree angle? Yes. So I think it's going to be perpendicular with C. But let's make sure. So to make sure, we got to do linear regressions for both of them and figure out what's the equation of both lines. So for C, my points are -2, 4, and 0, and -2. And for the purple one, my points are -3 and 6 and -6 and 5. And now we got to do linear regressions for both of them. Take away 2. All right. So without doing the stat, stop. For those that haven't done the stat for the purple one, don't do it. What would you expect for the slope to be?
Positive.
It's positive. Very good. Because this is negative, the other one needs to be positive. And what would be the slope? Thank you. 1/3. How do you know that it's 1/3?
Because 3 is 3 over
Over 1. Every whole number can be written as whatever number it is over 1, and then you flip that. Now, I need you to make sure that that is correct. Make sure that you get 1/3 would, as a decimal would be what? 0.33333, right? So when you do the linear regression, you should get 0.3 repeating. For those of you that have missing work, this week is the only time, and I don't do that during class. I do that after school. You don't miss class to take a test. So those that are missing tests, you have zeros right now. You need to come one day, and if we don't do tutoring for you for the day that your class is supposed to stay, we don't do that either. Yes, we sure did. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't, because we had the snapshot. I was thinking about math 8. All right, so is it 1/3 x plus what? All right, so it seems like it's still opposite and reciprocal. Let's do the orange then. For the orange, 4 and 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 0. That should be perpendicular with A, correct? And 6 and 5, that would be 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we connect them. Because this is the last one we got. And where it hits A, which is right here, it looks like that's 90 degrees. It looks like that perfect T. Backwards T, right? Upside down T. All right, so let's do what we did. For A, 0 and 1, -5 and 3. And for orange, 4 and 0, 6 and 5. Is that A? Plus what? Plus 1? So that's what Cornelius got. Can somebody please verify? So you should have gotten negative 0.4, right? On the decimal? Alright, so if this is true that they're reciprocal and opposite, the next one should be positive, and it should be 5 over 2, which is 2.5. So did you get 2.5? Alright, what's my y-intercept? Negative what? Alright. So we can definitely assure that perpendicular lines are opposites and reciprocals. We saw it on 3 different examples. Are we good? All right, let's go to the back. All right, blue line.
Y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 2.
Purple line.
Y equals 1/3 x plus 7.
And orange line.
Y equals 5 over 2 plus 10.
Minus.
Minus 10.
Minus 10, right? All right, which colored line is perpendicular to A? Orange. And what are those equations? Y equals negative 2/5 x plus 1. And y equals 5/2 x minus 10. All right. Which line is perpendicular to B? The blue. So y equals 2/3 x minus 2, and y equals negative 3/2 x plus 2. And then the last one is which line is perpendicular to C? That would be purple. And my equations are negative 3x minus 2 and 1/3 x plus 7. Yay? All right, last one. We can go to actually writing some lines. Are we good? All right, what do you notice about the slopes in each pair of equations? Opposite and? Very good. Opposite and reciprocal. What do you notice about the y-intercepts?
They're the same.
No, they're not the same. The y-intercepts are all different. If it was the same, it would be the same line. Well, no, it's not the same line because the slopes are opposite and reciprocal. What general statement can you make about the equations of perpendicular lines? Very good. Perpendicular lines always have opposite and reciprocal slopes. Okay? All right. Are 3x plus 7 and 3x minus 8 perpendicular? No. Most definitely not. But what are they?
Parallel.
They're parallel. Very good. Are 2/3 x minus 2 and negative 3/2 x plus 1 perpendicular? Yes. Very good. All right. Marcos, give me an equation that is perpendicular to 2x minus 3. 2x. Somebody help him out. Negative 1 half x plus 5. Very good. Opposite and reciprocal. It's not the same slope. Lindsay, give me another one. Negative 2x. Is negative 2x correct? No. It's what is it? Negative 1 half x. And then what? I can just leave it like that. The slope, the y-intercept could be 0, correct? All right. Alexa, give me another one. Negative 1 half x? Plus what? Tell me, tell me. Plus 4. There you go. It could be plus 4. It could be minus 4. It really doesn't matter. All right. Joshua, give me a line that is not perpendicular to 5x minus 2. Not perpendicular. There you go. There you go. Very good. 3x minus 1 is not perpendicular. Very good. To be perpendicular, it needs to be 1 over 5. All right. Karina, give me another one. Plus 4x plus 3. Very good. And Michelle, give me the last one.
Y equals 2x plus 5.
Very good. I'm going to give you another one. 5x plus 3. Is that perpendicular?
No.
What is that?
Parallel.
Parallel, because it has the same slope. Good job. Very good. All right. So let's go to this real quick. You already have this? We've done the first page, correct? First page completely? All right. What did we do on the second page? What did we do on the second page? All right, you're not listening to me. What did we do on the second page? I need to know the numbers of what we did on the second page. 1, 4, 5. 9, 10, 11, and 12. We didn't do 12. Okay, please don't tell me if we haven't done it. So let's look at the paper and then really tell me if we're doing it, if we've done it or not, because
13, 14, 15, 16.
we've done all of them.
Yeah, the all of the top.
I need somebody to second that, because I don't want to highlight until somebody has second. Yes? All right, so let's do this ones. All right, we're going to do 17, 18, and 19, and 20. We need it in point slope. All right, the first thing that you're going to do is take a look at your purple cheat sheet and tell me what is point slope.
Point slope is y minus y1 equals m times x minus.
There you go. Very good. So this is what I need, right? So I need to write an equation of the line in point slope form, not form, that goes through the point 4 and 2, and it's parallel to negative 3, 4x minus 5. You don't need to write all of this. You have that on your right. The only thing that I would write is I would write that at the top so that you know what you're looking for, right? All right, so let's go ahead and write it. Y minus 2 equals. Very good. If they're parallel, they should have the same slope. So negative what? 3/4 x minus 4. There you go. X minus 4. And you're done. Yay?
I thought it was x minus 5.
Where's the 5?
Oh!
All right. Number 18. Same point and slope, but it goes through the point negative 3 and negative 3, and it's parallel to 7/3 x plus 3. If you haven't noticed, those two lines are, it's the parallel sign, okay? All right, so talk to me.
Y minus 3.
Nope.
Y plus 3.
It's very good. Y plus 3, because that negative times that negative is going to make it a positive. If it's parallel, what should be the slope?
7/3.
And then x plus 3. It's always the opposite of what it was in the parentheses. Very good. Let's do 19. For 19, it goes through the point negative 4 and 0, and it's parallel to 3/4 x minus 2. Say that again. Very good, because you don't have to say y minus 0. Good job, Orlando. Give your family 50 points. Very good. And what's my slope?
3/4 x plus 4.
X plus 4. Very good. And the last one, 20. The last one, 20. It needs to go through the point negative 1 and 4. And it's parallel to y equal negative 5x plus 2. So talk to me.
Y minus 4 negative 5 x
Plus 1. Very good. Good job. Are we good? All right. Let's go to the next page. All right, we've done everything in here, correct? Have we done 7? All right, so let's do 8. All right, so for 8, write the equation of the line that is parallel through that, and it goes through that point. All right, and I want it in point slope. So what is point? No, not point slope. I'm sorry. Slope, slope intercept.
Y equals mx plus
Very good. That's mommy equation, right? Mx plus b. All right, so what do you have? That's what you want. Now tell me, what do you have?
You have
You have the x. You got the y. And what else do I have?
slope.
What is the slope? 2, because it's parallel to that. And the slope for this one is 2. All right, so let's plug in. What is y? 2. M is 2. X is 6. All right, so 2 equals 2 times 6 is 12. And now I have to take away 12. And b equals negative 10. All right, so now I have my m and my b, and I need to go ahead and substitute in mommy equation, or slope intercept form. So y equals 2x minus 10. And there's my answer. Yay? All right. So we're going to do 9. But on 9, I want it on standard form. So for 9, I want it on standard form. The first thing that you're going to do is, what is standard form? Look at your purple cheat sheet.
Ax plus by equals c.
Very good. All right, so what do you have? You have that it's parallel to that one, and that it goes through the point 4 and 12. So what information do you have?
A.
No. You have your x. What is my x?
4.
What is my y? What else do you have? I have the slope. What is the slope? 2, because it's parallel to that, right? So the most common error is coming over here and plugging in. But then you go, if you plug in the x and the y, what do you do for a, b, or c? You don't have a clue, right? So the only one that you can go to is mommy equation, which is slope-intercept form. What is your y? 12. What is your m? 2. And what is your x? 4. 2 times 4 would be 8. Then I have to take away 8, and b equals 4. So now I have my m and I have my b, and I can come over here and plug them in, substitute them for my m and my b. So y equals 2x plus 4. But I don't want it in slope-intercept form. I want it in standard form, so I need to do one more thing.
Subtract.
Take away what? 2x. Good job, babies. So negative 2x plus y equals 4. And you're done. Yay? Yes? Ooh, sorry. Thank you. Are we good? Yes? All right, let's go to 11. Let's go to 11. All right, this one needs to be perpendicular to that, and it goes through the point 6, 4, and I'm going to tell you that I want it in point slope form. Point slope. So the first thing that you're going to do is go to the blue and figure out what is your point slope form. It's that really long one, right? Point and slope. All right. So what's your y? Very good. So it's y minus 4. What's your slope?
2.
1/2. Point.
It's perpendicular though.
It's perpendicular.
So it's negative 2.
Negative 2, not 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. There's a very big difference between positive 2 and negative 2. And best believe that on Friday, I will put positive 2 as one of your options. And then x
X minus 6.
minus 6. Very good. And that's it. You're done. Yay? Alrighty, let's start packing.